Welcome to AI on the Block, featuring Max Ledger and Allison Hashwell, presented by Evolve Blockchain.
Okay, so, wow. I mean, can you believe this Bitcoin surge since the election?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
Wild's an understatement.
Definitely eye-opening.
Like, everyone who was holding their breath on crypto just let out this massive exhale.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing this, like, I don't know, a crypto euphoria almost.
Yeah.
Like the Trump win flipped a switch or something.
Seems that way, yeah.
I mean, we've got a whole stack of expert analysis here. And it's, it's all pointing to this, like, boom, this crypto boom under Trump. It's pretty huge.
Huge, yeah. And I think what's really interesting is it's not just about the price of Bitcoin. We're talking about potentially like a reshaping of global finance. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. One of the biggest things everyone's talking about is Trump nominating Paul Atkins to head the SEC.
Yeah.
Can you just remind us, so those who may not know, why is that such a big deal?
Yeah, so the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, they're basically the referee for the U.S. financial markets. You know, they're the ones who make sure everyone's playing by the rules, protecting investors, you know, all that.
Right. So, I mean, having someone who is like openly pro-crypto in that position.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a game changer.
Definitely a strong signal, for sure. Atkins has, been pretty vocal about the SEC's approach to crypto so far, especially all the enforcement actions, He's always argued that they should be, like, way more hands-off and let the industry innovate.
Okay, so what would that actually, what would that look like in practice if he actually shifts the SEC in that direction?
Well, for one thing, it could totally change the game for those big ongoing cases, like the Ripple lawsuit, for example. A more crypto-friendly SEC might be, much more likely to settle or maybe even drop some of these cases. And that would create a way, way more favorable environment for crypto businesses.
Makes sense. And it's not just about, like, easing up on the enforcement side, right?
Right, exactly.
Trump himself is making these pretty big moves.
Oh, yeah.
Like this whole idea of a national Bitcoin reserve. What does that even mean?
So a national Bitcoin reserve, that would be the U.S. government holding Bitcoin as part of its national reserves, like how they currently hold gold, right?
Right.
It's a pretty big statement. It's basically saying, hey, we believe in the long-term value and stability of Bitcoin.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then there's this idea of creating a dedicated crypto advisory council.
Oh, yeah, that's another big one. This council would be made up of, experts from the crypto industry. They'd be giving the government advice and guidance on crypto policy.
Right.
Shaping things.
So basically, it seems like if you put all these actions together, it's like the U.S. is really trying to, like, be the leader in this whole global crypto race.
Absolutely. It's like a new gold rush, but digital, right?
Yeah.
All these countries are trying to get ahead in this whole new financial landscape. And the markets are responding big time. I mean, Bitcoin over $100,000, it's
incredible.
A massive vote of confidence.
It's been pretty amazing to watch, but I know you've mentioned before, some concerns about how quickly the price is rising.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you see prices skyrocketing like this, you got to be careful, right? Mm-hmm. There's always the risk of a bubble when the price is driven more by hype and speculation than the actual underlying value.
So you're saying, maybe people shouldn't just jump in head first right now.
I'm just saying, use your head, be smart, do your research, especially in a market as volatile as crypto. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose,
Yeah, for sure. Solid advice. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
What about the global implications of all of this? Like, if the U.S. really goes all in on crypto, could that, like, trigger other countries to do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the U.S. sets a clear regulatory framework, really embraces crypto, it could definitely encourage other nations to do the same. And that could lead to, like, a more unified global regulatory landscape, which would make it much easier for businesses to operate, across borders.
So imagine a world where you can use crypto as easily as cash anywhere you go.
That's the dream, right?
That would be pretty revolutionary.
Yeah, it would. And, it could have a really profound impact on developing nations. Places where, access to traditional banking and financial services is tough.
Right.
Crypto could be this way more accessible and affordable alternative. It could really level the playing field.
Yeah, that's a really good point. This is bigger than just, making money.
Oh, for sure.
This could be about actually empowering people.
Yeah, totally. But hey, you know what? Let's not forget about the crypto companies themselves, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. What about them? If this regulatory landscape becomes clearer, more supportive, how does that impact innovation in the crypto world?
Well, think about it. Clearer guidelines means less uncertainty, right? And less uncertainty is good for everyone, especially investors.
Yeah.
Big institutional investors, they've been kind of hesitant to touch crypto because of all the regulatory question marks, right? But if things get more stable, more predictable,
we could see this huge wave of institutional money flowing into crypto.
Yeah, exactly. And all that new money would fuel a ton of new development, new projects, new ideas.
Yeah.
We could see some really groundbreaking innovation in blockchain technology.
Man, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It really sounds like, Trump's presidency, this could be the catalyst for this global crypto revolution.
I think it's definitely got the potential. But it's early days, right? There's still a lot of risks, a lot of challenges. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so exciting, right?
Exactly.
We're right at the beginning of this thing. So I guess one question for you, and something for our listeners to think about.
Yeah.
If the U.S. really does become this global leader in crypto, what does that mean for our traditional financial systems?
Oh, wow.
And, how could this shift the balance of power, on a global scale?
Yeah. Those are the million-dollar questions, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see how all this unfolds.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is just the beginning of the story, and we'll be here every step of the way to help you guys make sense of it all.
We'll be watching.
So to our listeners, stay curious, stay informed, and buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride.
Definitely a wild ride.
Yeah. All right, that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to join Max and Allison next episode as they dig deeper into the different facets of Evolve Blockchain. This has been AI on the Block.